Welcome back to WRPB Studios. We take for granted so often the things that we see around. Things like a table, a camera, a shelf. These things just appear because we need them. We expect them to be here. But it takes talented manufacturers to put all of this together. I'm joined today with Kaleb from Machine Specialties. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So Kaleb, tell me, first of all, what do you do?
So we are a small CNC machining operation. We specialize in milling and turning. And really what sets us apart is that we focus on our communication, our partnership, and our flexibility to be able to work closer with local communities, with the local manufacturers, and build a solid foundation and relationship.
Okay, so you have a machine shop.
Yep.
So is it sewing machines? Is it what? Is it machines to build other machines? What does that mean?
So we service a lot of different industries. We service automotive, we service chemical injection and power industry. Basically anything that's going to start as a raw product or a chunk of metal and then become something useful is the area that we work in.
So you brought a couple of things here with us. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing this is what you're saying, raw chunk. No.
Yeah. So this is the product of a raw piece of PVC made into a chemical injection manifold, and then we've got some examples. Just here's some raw stock that would then turn into a custom fitting. This was a short run we did recently of about 100 parts for a customer. And then also down here is a large chunk of raw stock that would be kind of the starting point for, this is a bespoke, one-of-a-kind product that we did for a customer's custom build that they were doing, vehicle build that they were doing.
Okay. So you take what is useless and make it useful.
That's the idea.
What are some of the things that you can develop? What are your limitations? What can't you make?
Well, I mean, really, the sky's the limit. Maybe some of our equipment, depending on what you were really looking to accomplish. But primarily, if it starts as a raw chunk of material, we can make that we can make it into just about anything. Our capabilities are pretty vast in that way. We do have limitations of we're probably going to be working in 4-foot pieces or less for a final product. And typically we would start with raw chunks or billets of material, as they're called, whereas some manufacturers would start with like sheet metal, and that would fall under fabrication, which is not something that we typically dabble in.
Okay. So there's certainly a difference between what you're doing and, say making the fender of a vehicle.
Correct. Yes.
So they're working with a piece of sheet metal. Mm-hmm. You're working with a chunk of something. What's the process? How does it go from this to that?
Okay, that's a great question. So we start with a drawing or an idea in some cases. We do work from start to finish, even in design concept. So it kind of depends on where the customer's at. If they're not sure what it is that they want, we may help them, develop a product from scratch. And we would start with, what do we want it to do? What does it have to fit? And create a design. And we would put this into our CAD software. We would make a model of it, a digital model of it, that then we can use to develop cutting tool paths. If somebody already had a design or a product that they were looking to make, we may forego that first portion and they would already have that solid model or drawing. We design our tool paths, which is how we're going to basically cut that raw piece and create it into something else. And we would order up the material, get it mounted in our machines, and start doing the manufacturing process.
So I look at the bolt here. Is this something that you cut, or is it a press? Do you have a mold for it?
So these are all cut items. Everything here is subtractive manufacturing. So we're working and removing material that's already there and creating something out of it. So such as the fitting that you're referring to here, this is turned. So it would start out as the hex stock, and we would remove material to get our precision dimensions and final product.
So it's almost like a wood lathe.
Yes, except metal, absolutely, or plastics in some cases.
What are some of the things that, I mean, obviously you've shown us a couple of things. What are some of the more complex or surprising things that you've made at the shop?
Wow. We definitely do get a lot of inquiries for bespoke items. They don't always come to fruition, but the some of the interesting things we've done, we built a custom fuel injection, mechanical fuel injection setup for a client that required, it was just a concept, so it required a full design start to finish. They gave us a part and said it needs to fit this and it needs to move this in such a way. So we ended up having to reverse engineer a part that already existed and design something new that was simple to bolt on and assemble and accurate.
Is there a specific quantity that's required in order to make something? Or, if I need one piece of something, obviously everything's at a cost. But
Right.
can you just help me with manufacturing one piece? I need this
Yeah.
piece for my carburetor that I can't find.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of our niche, and it's the need that I saw when I built Advanced Machine Specialties. I saw that a lot of the machine shops around are very, very busy, and in many cases, if you want to have a small amount of product run, and by small amount, sometimes 5,000 or 6,000 pieces is a small amount. They'll either non-quote and they just say, no, we're not going to do that here, or they'll pressure you into large production runs that for some manufacturers might be 6 months or a year's worth of product, and that's a lot of cash out. So we specialize in doing prototyping, short run, which would be like a one-off, maybe 50 or 100 parts. It might be less. Or we'll do small to medium run manufacturing as well, production. So we try to cater to the local manufacturers that are still growing and still building and wanting to. I've been in that position. I've been looking for that. It's a difficult thing to find. So we absolutely work in that area, one-off pieces. Of course, as you said, comes with a price for engineering and setup and all of that. But if you need one part, you need one part.
So let's back up. Where did this start? Where did the dream come from that this is what you were going to do?
Yeah, so I've been in the industry for about 15 years. I was in the automotive manufacturing industry, and I just have a passion for automotive myself. But in getting more advanced in the automotive area, I started realizing that, like I just mentioned, it's hard to get things made. You got to do it yourself. So I learned how to start machining things, making my own parts, and then eventually started consulting companies and helping them produce product. I did that for quite a number of years, but it required a lot of travel. So I decided that I wanted to continue to help businesses, but stay more local.
So I know we have several businesses here on the Treasure Coast that are a custom place. We have custom automotive that do specific build outs and details on a vehicle or motorcycles or even wheels. you can help all of those types of businesses with products that they need so that they can better service their client, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So unique and bespoke stuff, we definitely do a lot of. Like I mentioned, that hold down that we did there, that for custom manufacturers such as that, your custom automotive, that would kind of be something that would benefit them. And also, marine industry, the boats, a lot of that around here. People love custom stuff on their boats, so.
Yes.
If there is a need for something that is bespoke or custom, we can definitely do that.
And you can work with an individual as well as a business.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've done things as simple as removing broken bolts out of fishing reels.
Oh, wow.
So we'll do small projects like that, all the way up to, like I said, short run, medium volume manufacturing production. We're kind of all through that area.
Fantastic. Do you find it difficult? We're going through a time when it's not easy to get materials. Are you finding that that's a setback for what you're trying to accomplish?
That's a great question. We haven't run into many issues with receiving material or being able to get the material. The lead times have been a little bit longer. Almost all of our material is, unless it's very custom, all of our material is sourced domestically. So we haven't really been affected too much with import issues or anything like that. It is a global market. Prices have gone up a little bit, but we've not seen near the fluctuation of imports or anything like that.
That's great. What are some of the types of businesses that you serve the most to?
Bespoke automotive has definitely, just because I have a passion in it, I have a lot of connections in that area. And so we do a lot of that, automotive high performance. But chemical injection has been a huge part of what we do, as making pump pieces and chemical manifolds, things like that. Energy sector. Basically, anybody who is assembling a product here locally or producing a product locally is using a manufactured part, which would be something that we produce.
You've been in business for a couple of years now.
Yes.
Here locally.
Yep.
What's the future look like?
We're growing fast. We've been very, very busy. We've just brought a second CNC mill up online here in the last few months. We've hired new employees. We're growing quickly, and we're looking forward to really expanding, building more relationships locally, and helping local companies with their product development and meet their production demands. Really, when local businesses work together, everybody wins.
Absolutely. It's important to remember things like that. We certainly can outsource what we're looking for, but at the end of the day, it's easier for us to work together than it is to work with people overseas, things like that. Do you find that it can be more expensive when we're grabbing things from overseas and trying to bring them here?
Historically, no. However, in recent times, as tariffs have been put in place, we've found that we're a lot more competitive in the price market, as when we use third-party companies to bring in manufactured product, you don't always know where those products are going to come from and what the tariff amount is going to be on that. So the cost can be a question. You may win some, you may lose some. Whereas domestically, you're not dealing with that. If we're working locally, we're rarely even dealing with shipping. So the logistics are definitely a lot easier to manage, and I find that in the small and medium volume manufacturing, that's critical.
Great. Kaleb, we're coming to the top of our time. Tell me, how do people reach you?
Well, you feel free to stop by the shop locally. You can give us a call, or you can check out our website, advancedmachineспecialties.com, and you see a list of our capabilities and contact us there via email.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming in. We
All right.
appreciate it.
Thank you so
Folks,
much. I appreciate
it's
it.
always easier when you are working locally. You know, the market of having what you need for your business is so important, and having somebody local that you can work with, that you can trust, that's building your community around you, gives you so much more in your business and in your community. Reach out to Kaleb at Advanced Machine Specialties. He's going to make sure that he and his team treat you right, and that they're going to make sure that everything that you need is perfect the first time, every time. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
We'll be back.